All right, meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. This is January the 20th. I'm cutting this video during the 10 o'clock hour here this morning. I'm going to talk about the incoming winter weather event that will be impacting the Carolinas. I'm going to start off with a look at the upper levels here, the 500 millibar vorticity chart. And if you really wanted a big storm system, let me show you what you needed to happen. You have two pieces of energy. By the way, this is the regional Canadian model. There's one piece of energy. There's another piece of energy. You needed the southern piece of energy to scoot out at least even, speaking north to south, with the northern piece of energy, and then those two interact in phase, and that would wind up producing a lot of precipitation. You saw that on some of the overnight runs a couple of nights ago. You had a lot of snow getting thrown up into the really cold air. As it stands now, again, those pieces of energy largely stay separated, although they do interact some. And you get enough of the sharpening of that northern piece of energy on some of the modeling, including here the regional Canadian, that you do see some precipitation thrown a little further northwest than some of the other models. And then that system is gone by Saturday. So let me kind of step you through that particular model. This is the regional Canadian. By the way, I'll show you my snow and ice forecast in just a second. Kind of going to give you the background first here. So this is valid. Let's see, we'll do right there. That's lunchtime today, noon today. Rain showers across the Piedmont, a little bit of wintry precip in the mountains. Cold air moves in, and some of the models are indicating that we get a little changeover to some wet snow or mixed precipitation there on the northern fringe of this precipitation from Charlotte up toward the parts of the Triad and the Triangle region as soon as later this evening or tonight. That little disturbance passes by. And then you see the next piece of energy, that upper level energy I showed you a moment ago. As that approaches, you get the precipitation shield expanding late Friday, but especially Friday evening and Friday night. So that is valid, let's see, that's midnight, overnight Friday night into Saturday morning. And the big question mark for places like Charlotte and the Triad is how far north and west does this shield of snow make it? A lot of models have been suppressed off to the southeast over the last several cycles. Some are trending a little bit back northwest, such as, again, this particular computer model. And then the precip is gone pretty much by daybreak Saturday for everybody. So you end up with the regional Canadian. By the way, this is the 6C run. Let me grab that run right there. That is the footprint of snow on that particular model. There's the footprint of sleet. And there's the footprint of freezing rain. Just to very quickly step you through something else here. Let me go back. This is the European model. So there we are today. That is then 10 a.m. tomorrow. That is 1 p.m. Friday. And then we get into Friday evening. Notice the European model here only gets that very light snow back to just southeast of I-85. Ice continues in the good chunk of eastern South Carolina right to the coast and southeastern North Carolina too. And then the system departs. So you end up on the European model with a footprint of snow that looks something like that, weighted further to the east than what I just showed you a moment ago. And just if you're curious, I'll show you the GFS. It's a little further west than the European model, but there's your footprint of snow. There's your footprint of sleet, and there is your footprint of freezing rain. I didn't show you the European. Let me show you the European freezing rain real quick. Well, if I can get the chart to cooperate with me. Well, it's not going to do it. Either way, let's see if I can grab it like this. All right, here we go. So there's the European freezing rain amounts. All right, so having said that, let me show you some of the more specific modeling here. First of all, these are current temperatures. Again, I'm cutting this during the 10 a.m. hour here on Thursday. It's cool in the Piedmont, getting colder in the mountains, and we'll see that colder air kind of bleeding in with time. And don't miss this. It is going to be a really cold Friday, regardless of precipitation. It's going to be really, really chilly all across the region. So there's Storm Tracker. You see that little bit of mixed precipitation taking place there in the mountains. Some rain moving through parts of the Charlotte metro, and then points over toward the Sandhills, parts of the Triangle, seeing a little rain moving in, and that band of rain extends way down into Alabama, Georgia, and the Gulf Coast. So let me show you Futurecast. All right, so this is 1 o'clock this afternoon, 5 p.m. as we head into this evening. Now, as we get into later in the evening, you can see a little bit of light precipitation getting wrung out there on the Futurecast modeling, anywhere from Charlotte to the Triad, and even parts of the Triangle and northeastern North Carolina too, as this lead disturbance departs. Then we get that next piece of energy in. That is 8 p.m. Friday. And Futurecast continues to throw that little shield of snow further to the northwest, not overly dissimilar to the regional Canadian model, but certainly a lot further north and west than a lot of the other modeling, the global models especially. This is much further north and west than most of those. So snow on this particular model: Charlotte, Wadesboro, Rockingham, Greensboro, Burlington, Raleigh, Durham, up toward Elizabeth City. Ice south of those areas. And that's 2 a.m. Saturday as the system pulls away. Still ice occurring in Wilmington, Jacksonville, right along the Sound there on the west side of the Sound, and the Pamlico Sound there too. And then the system departs. So, having said that, this is what that particular model puts out for its footprint of snow with this system. If you're watching from the Charlotte Metro, this is one of the more aggressive models. You're hoping, if you're a snow fan, that type of solution is correct. Same deal up toward the Triad, too. That is the European model. Nothing for Charlotte. Very, very insignificant light stuff around the Triad, and then the totals pick up further east. That is the American model, the GFS. Okay, a 1 to 2 inch type snow for a lot of the Charlotte and Triad region, a little bit more in the Triad, and then the totals ramp up further to the east. So this is what I'm thinking. Okay, as always, don't look at the exact lines. There'll be some variability. Snow and winter precip and storm systems don't behave on exact lines, but right now I'm thinking for Charlotte points north and west, and really Greensboro and points north and west, 0 to 1 inch. Now, there may be some areas that do a little better than that, but I think some areas will get completely blanked in this area, in this white shaded zone. Further to the east, Stanley County, Union, Anson, Richmond, Montgomery County, up toward Alamance County, and points east from there, the snow totals are a little bit higher. And that's where you have the chance for 1 to 3 inches in the eastern half of the Charlotte viewing area, up into the southern and eastern Triad and all of the Triangle region. And then you get to the 3 to 6 inch area. Again, these are potential snow amounts. It includes Raleigh, Wilson, up toward Elizabeth City, and southeastern Virginia, too. Here's what I'm thinking for ice potential. Possibly, got a typo of a slash there, but that should be 0.25 inches. So a 1/4 inch or more possible in places like Jacksonville, Wilmington, even easternmost South Carolina around the Grand Strand. A little potential for glazing to 1/10 or maybe 2/10 of an inch just northwest of that. Fayetteville, tough call, but it looks like the worst icing right now may stay to your south. We'll see how this plays out. So that's the thinking. My thinking right now. For places like Charlotte and the Triad, this is not a major crippling winter storm. I still think there's some hope to get some additional snow on the ground, especially as you head further south and east in those viewing areas. Still looks good for a decent snow event around the Triangle region and up toward northeastern North Carolina. And we'll see how this plays out. There's still, another 24 hours of wiggle room with the modeling here to see any further shifts east or west. And again, you're pulling for a bit of a northwest shift if you are a snow fan around the Charlotte and the Triad region. All right, that's it. Remember, you can check us out on Spectrum News 1. Nobody will cover this event like we can across the state of North Carolina. Also, the Spectrum News app is there for you. If you are a Spectrum internet provider, you can stream any of our stations from across the country. Everybody, have a wonderful Thursday, and God bless.